Yeah.
So you're
so-
just getting ready for full
yeah,
batting.
ready to attack. This looks like it's chocolate. It feels like my daughter's food now.
Huh?
Yeah, so she will love anything to do with chocolate.
So how many cups of coffee do you have?
Morning, one when I wake up, and then like around 12, one. By 4 p.m., there's 1 cup of chai. I have a sweet tooth.
Which sweet you love the most?
Way too many.
Way too many.
Chocolate barfi, I love the Agra ka petha, Dharwad peda.
Okay.
No, peda. Skincare tips, cleanse, tone and moisturize. Do apply medicine. So
So
sometimes
tell me a homemade recipe that everybody can try.
tomato and the paste that you make and you apply it and leave it to dry and then wash it off. That really takes out the tan. And also just apply the least amount of makeup, and I think that really helps.
Tell me something that you love about your husband.
He really encourages me to work. He believes that if I'm working and if I'm happy, it also makes me feel independent.
From Bangalore to a nearby place, where should they go to?
Food for sure is beautiful. Chikmagalur is beautiful. The Kasargod, that's nice as well. There's Hampi, very, very beautiful resorts there now. I feel like my husband just promised me all these beautiful trips when we were dating. And then we got married and now we have kids. And he's like, we have kids, we can't go anywhere. So all the budget is just there.
Namaskara, Bengaluru. I am here in Jayanagar, a locality known to have a perfect blend of tradition and modernity. This area is known for its lush green parks, the tree-lined streets and the 4th Block Street Market. Welcome to Jayanagar. And on this episode of Tere Gali Mein, joining me is an iconic star of Bangalore. She's a very talented actress, a proud Bangalorean and one who has won hearts of millions across India. Pranita Subhash. Today we are going to explore Jayanagar one bite at a time. Let's go. Hello. Hi. You look gorgeous,
Thank
man.
you.
And I can't believe you just delivered a baby.
Yeah, it's been 4 months.
I mean,
now.
it's unbelievable. How
Thank
come
you.
you're so fit and so radiant? Tell me the secret.
The secret is to wear oversized clothes.
And what about the glow?
That's the mommy glow.
You look like that Santu
Thank
mom.
you. Thank you.
So today we are going to explore Jayanagar. So I know this is one of your favorite
Yes.
spots. So what's your go-to order over here? You just order that.
I think I'll choose the Rava Idli.
Rava idli
and
and?
you can try masala dosa.
Okay.
I'm sure like it's a South Indian favorite, and filter coffee.
Of course,
Of
we are
course.
in Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah.
So here's the filter coffee.
And I feel like, especially dosa, it's something that has to be had at a darshini. So
Ah.
this is called a darshini in Kannada.
Okay.
So like these spots, like you have a lot of these, like you have SLV, like your Shiv Sagar, Ye Sagar, Wo Sagar. There's like there's so many of these,
Right.
and it's called a darshini. And I think the masala dosas have to be had right here. Like you can't Swiggy it or you can't.
Then the crispiness
yeah, it
goes.
goes away.
Let's do a cheers.
Yes.
Cheers. It's so good.
Refreshing, yes.
Very refreshing. So Pranita, tell me something about Bangalore. Like always a Bangalore girl.
Always a Bangalore girl, always a South Bangalore girl. So I was born and brought up in Banshankari, and now I'm married to a family that lives in Jayanagar. So it's right, like my house and my mom's house and my husband's house is just 7 minutes apart.
That's so nearby.
Yeah. So it's very easy. Like if I have to come for shoot, I just quickly go drop my kids at my mom's place and I'm here. So it's
Tell me something that you love about Bangalore, like the best thing.
the food, of course, because that can't be emulated in any other city in India. But that apart, I think the vibe, how chill everyone is, and everything about Bangalore.
So I think the food is here.
For sure, yes.
It smells so good, right? So you're just getting ready for full
Yeah, like we're
batting.
getting ready to attack.
Very crispy, no?
Very, very. I love it. I would definitely think if you want a street food, masala dosa is definitely like number one. because that's something you won't really get in any other city in India. So I think that's specific to Bangalore. There's this sweet that's available in Rameshwaram Cafe. It's called Pheni, Pheni. So I think that's really nice.
Okay.
And that's available only at weddings. Like, you know, people usually serve it on those banana leaf meals. So that's available, and I think I love that.
Wow.
So apart from that, the chaats, of course, but I know like other cities in Bangalore also ace chaats. So I love Palak Patta chaat.
Wow.
That's usually available at weddings. I don't know, it's a thing. Like there's always that chaat corner at weddings. So I love that there. And then Papdi chaat.
I'll give you good news.
Yeah.
So Curly Tales has launched its first ever restaurant in Bengaluru, in Indiranagar. It's called Imli the Chaat Gali.
Oh, lovely.
And there you can get Palak Patta chaat.
Perfect.
Then you won't have to wait for a wedding to try a Palak Patta
Yeah.
chaat. Then you have the masala puri, you
Yes.
have dahi puri. You should,
Yeah.
of course, if you love chaat like
Yes,
you
yes,
said,
yes.
you have to check it out.
I will. You should take me there sometime.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
of course. I'll wait for your
I'll
honest
at least order
reviews.
it home for sure.
Yes,
That's
and I'll wait
something
for
I
your
can do.
honest reviews.
Done. So this is usually like my go-to order when I'm on set. So if there's any darshini around, whether it's on like an ordering app or even if the driver can go get it, rava idli is my favorite because it's steamed. So I think it's really like healthier option compared to
the
dosas
others.
and everything. And it's not as plain as a regular idli. So it's like, yeah.
How has things been different now that you are a parent?
Back in the day, there were no rules. Like parenting was so different. Like, you know, they used to just be like, if I want to eat a dosa, people would just be like, no, you can't. That's it. We go home. But now we tell the child, no, you can't because it's this. That first you have this, and then I will give you that. And it's a lot of convincing, and we're trying to do it in a different way. Yeah.
Correct.
I feel that our parents obviously said everything correct. As you grow older, you definitely feel like, oh shit, everything my mom and dad said were correct. Only thing, they didn't know how to tell it to me properly. So their tone was really bad. So that's why you didn't really.
So where are you taking me next? Where are we going from here?
So we should try the Hari Super Sandwich because it's a vibe. You should really try.
Absolutely. So we are finally here in Hari Super Sandwich.
Yes. Oh, he has a whole different menu only. When I was younger, there used to be other things.
भैया यहाँ पे आपका most selling क्या है?
Sandwich में American sweet corn sandwich.
Yeah,
chocolate
we'll go for
sandwich,
that.
American sandwich.
We'll go for Hari Special sandwich.
Done.
Huh?
Done.
Done. So you want to try one Hari Special, one
Done.
masala puri, any other sandwich?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Done. So yeah, I think this is the Hari Special
Hari
one.
Special. And this looks like it's chocolate. This feels like my daughter's food now.
Huh?
Yeah, so she will love anything to do with chocolate.
Chocolate
Yeah.
sandwich.
Yeah.
man.
When I was, I think, 15, they won some award on the Times Food Guide. And then that's how I got to know of it and explored it. And there's also one branch right next to my mom's house.
Okay.
Like it's just one road away from our hostel. So and it's also hot food. So it's like, you can't really doubt its hygiene. It's amazing. And I really love the place. It's so easy, but it still doesn't turn out this way when you make it at home. They also have like this very, very basic pizza. But like sometimes, you know, now I'm sure every restaurant has wood fired and the thin crust and everything.
Correct.
So back in the day, they have the pizza base. They just fill it up with all the regular fillings, and then it's called American corn pizza or something like that. And I used to actually really like it, and even during COVID, I remember ordering it one day.
So there are a lot of myths about Bangalore and Bangaloreans, right? Because you are a true Bangalorean at heart, I want you to clarify them.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So everyone works in IT in Bangalore.
No,
Bangaloreans only speak Kannada and English.
not at all. I think we're the most welcoming city. So I'm sure, like, of course, Kannada is my mother tongue and I support it in every way. But I think auto driver, cab driver, everyone knows Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, English, Kannada. So it's just like, they're very cosmopolitan now.
That's again a myth then.
Yes, yes, yes.
So Bangalore always has a pleasant weather.
Yes,
I
yes.
think this is true.
Yes.
We can't deny.
Almost always. Like, just I think 1 or 2 days in summers are hot and 1 or 2 days in winters are really cold. So there's no, that apart, the rest of the days are perfect. It's just,
Okay. So Bangalore, traffic is the only problem.
yeah. Traffic is the only problem.
That's true. Okay. Everyone loves filter coffee here.
Almost, I think, because it's just like that one shot of filter coffee and you're like fresh. And like you said, the IT crowd is very popular in Bangalore. And obviously, if you're working round the clock, you better charge yourself up with caffeine. So it's
So Bangaloreans are just party animals.
I think, yeah, like at a certain age I was, and like everyone loves partying, of course.
Yeah.
And
What was your go-to club in Bangalore?
there's so many. So back in the day it was Sky Bar. And obviously those places don't exist anymore. And so many. I also ran a bar for really long. It was a resto bar called Bootlegger. So
Oh.
yeah, when I was, I think, 22, 23, all the way till for about 4-5 years.
Uh-huh.
And then cut to, yeah, I couldn't balance it with films, and then COVID happened, and then I got married and had kids, and a lot has happened. Yeah.
Every road leads to MG Road.
Not really. MG Road is central Bangalore, so I think that's why it's famous.
So which club do you go to nowadays? Like you visit frequently? Which are the clubs?
Because I'm married and I have kids now, we just literally go to the Bangalore club and chill with kids and families and other moms and dads. But that's my life now. But otherwise, I think, yeah, Bastion is really nice. The food is really nice there. So we just did our baby shower there before I delivered.
Wow, lovely. Okay, so now the last one. Everyone in Bangalore just eats idli dosa.
Not at all, not at all. So there's everything. Like, I think this city is where you get Korean, you get, I don't know, Vietnamese food, the restaurants that are making Malaysian food. There's, yeah, that recent, there's so many. Like, name
it's
the
not
cuisine. No, it's, and even on Swiggy, I feel like you have everything. You have from gourmet to, everything is available here. So I think it's-
Absolutely. So this is the masala puri that you
that I
ordered.
was talking about, yeah.
So tell me about your career, Pranita. Like how did, you know, both the parents are doctor, right? So how did, and acting is a completely different side. So how did you start? How does this journey begin?
It was hard. Like, I had to really convince them and that I want to try out something different. And I also think that now, like, parents and everyone's really open to the idea of exploring their child to take up careers like influencing or so many things. But back in the day, that was not the case. So it was like you had to be a doctor or at least finish engineering and do something else, go abroad. That was such a norm.
Cliched and
Yeah,
such a-
it was such a norm that you had to go abroad to do your masters and then probably like find a job there and, you know, marry there. And almost all my cousins and classmates have done exactly that. But yeah, so it took a while, but then I think like that was a good decision.
So when did you feel that no, I don't want to become a doctor and I want to become an actor?
So I feel like for me it worked the other way around. Like I started getting offers from, when I was about 16. I did a jewelry ad like for pocket money.
And what was that first earning?
It was around like 25 grand and that just led to a movie and then...
So you were auditioning for ads?
No.
No?
Somebody just asked me if I was interested to work on something. And I thought, why not? Because also...
Did
I
you
was-
tell your parents that you are going
No.
for this ad?
So my mom also, so we have a hospital in Banshankari, and my mom also consults in other places, and when she was passing by there was this hoarding there, and it was also not like proper jewelry, it was also like you know, like the lightweight jewelry that, you know, there's a one-off campaign that they did where it was all about the lightweight jewelry that they were projecting, and it was really nice that, okay, then my mom saw that and she was like, oh, okay, she's obviously like happy, and there was so much of chatter around it, like among relatives and friends, like, oh, okay, she's doing something different. And then that just snowballed into a movie, which didn't happen.
Uh-huh.
So
what did
actually,
your
there was a
mom
movie
say?
called Circus in Kannada with Golden Star Ganesh. So back then he was, that's when he had just become really famous, and that was supposed to be my first movie, but my parents said no, and then like I couldn't really convince them. Took about like many months to convince them, and then my first film, Porky with Darshan sir in Kannada, and then Telugu, and then other languages.
Wow.
Do you want to take a bite? I feel like everything's just becoming cold as we talk. I've had. I've shamelessly had half.
But it was actually very nice.
Yeah.
So Pranita, tell me, like now that you're a mom, right? Obviously, once you're a mother, the schedule changes a lot, right? Compared to how your schedule used to be before.
Right.
So how has things changed and how are you balancing both? Because it's a tremendous responsibility, right?
So obviously my day starts with like getting her ready for school, and then there's a school drop, then come back and be with my little one, and then go back and pick her up, and then these 2 hours when everyone's asleep, like the kids are asleep, the nannies are asleep, my mother-in-law, everyone's taking a nap, and then I step out to like either do an interview or there's a shoot or there's some digital ad or something that's in that space that we should doing, and then by the time I go home now she'll be awake. And then you have to keep her entertained. Like we go to a play area or where like there's a swimming class or there's something. It's just so much fun. Yeah.
Wow, man. Do you think, post once you have a child, do you think that takes a backseat on your career? Does that happen?
100%. But then also my mindset has just like this is what I really enjoy doing. Like being a mom is like my favorite job.
So, we tend to see a lot of things in Bollywood.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, the trends, like even if, post motherhood, so
Yes.
many actresses, they are
Yes.
getting back to work
Yeah.
and they are balancing both their career
Yes,
and
yes.
their, family life.
Yeah. Also, I feel like nature has this way of like your brain itself slows down. You don't really want to be that ambitious, and I feel like I've just warmed up to the idea of doing what I do now, and I just think this is like the perfect way to be. It's not really like I'm not in a race anymore. It's just like
Wow, that's lovely.
Yeah,
You're happy
like
at your own pace, right?
yeah, like I think I actually look forward to going back home and then playing with my
Spending
kids.
time
Yeah,
with your
it's-
kids. Balancing family, does that
Not
happen?
really. My family is very supportive, especially my husband. He wants me to. He really likes it that I go work and come happy, and it also gives me like a nice energy to, and I think that really helps. Yeah.
How sweet. That's super sweet. I think having a very supportive family is very
Yeah,
important.
Yeah. So I really have my parents and my mother-in-law. They really like oversee everything at home with the kids, and it's really helpful. Yeah.
Wow. I think that is how you balance
Yeah.
both. That is
Yeah.
how it happens. So where are we heading to next?
Corner house. That's another.
Corner house?
Yes.
Of course we
Yes,
have
of
to.
course.
I mean, like we're in Bangalore.
Yeah, we can't end the day without dessert.
Yeah. So what do you want to try?
Dead by chocolate.
Dead by
that was
chocolate?
like the iconic one.
You have to,
when I was
right?
young. Yeah.
And we'll take one more. We'll take a banana split.
Done.
Awesome. भैया एक dead by chocolate and एक banana split.
Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, the iconic
Yes.
DVC.
It's really been too long since I'm.
When you were a kid, you used to come to Corner House for DVC.
Actually, yeah. For DVC. For anything. Like even the single scoops, I think. DVC is a bit much for me even back then. So.
Being in the industry that you are, you have to take care of your looks, your health, and everything. Do you get to indulge in all these things often?
Yeah, like I feel like I have a sweet tooth, so this is something for sure I indulge in. I feel like I have to cut down on other things like oil and other things,
But like Corner House.
chocolate, no way am I gonna compromise.
Lovely, man. So, at home when you're cooking, is it like what is something that your cheat food, like you just love and you can't just afford to miss it, like your go-to food?
Chocolate, for sure. Anything chocolate, like brownies or like ice creams or, Indian sweets. Chocolate barfi. I love the Agra ka petha. I love Dharwad peda. Have you tried Dharwad peda?
Not really.
Now that you're in Bangalore, after this, go and try the Dharwad peda. And then there's this other white color peda also.
Okay.
The regular peda.
Uh-huh.
That also I love.
So tell me, like, what is the secret behind this glowing skin and that, how are you maintaining yourself? What's your routine like in terms of food?
Obviously now, because you keep reading on Instagram how food is like the secret, nutrition is the secret to like healthy skin and a healthy body. So I do try, but then this is like half my days are like this. So yeah, I don't know. So I start with coffee. I just so and then maybe like a walk or a workout or something, and then a very late breakfast. And my lunch is also very delayed because of that.
So breakfast, what do you generally have?
Home food like idli, dosa. Like now we've started chila and all of that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, chila is something I really enjoy. My babies also enjoy it. So it's also like baby food, but for me it's like high protein. So I enjoy that. And that apart, I think like lunch is sometimes paratha. Like I said, my nanny makes some good Punjabi food now. And apart
With
from
full
that,
ghee and butter and all of that.
yeah, like postpartum I was allowed to eat a lot of ghee because apparently it helps in recovery. Dinner I try to keep it light, but there's something or the other every other night, and then but dinner's usually outside sometimes because you're out and about, and
Correct.
it could be like sushi or it could be like Chinese or whatever the mood of the day, and yeah,
So tell me any 3
Skincare
skincare tips
tips.
for anybody.
to like cleanse, tone and moisturize obviously every other day.
Okay.
And homemade, yeah, I do apply besan, so sometimes
So tell
I
me a
just-
homemade recipe that everybody can try.
It really depends. Like on some days, someone told me like tomato and the paste that you make and you apply it and leave it to dry and then wash it off. That really takes out the tan and on your skin. So that's something I try, especially if I've had a long schedule, like a long shoot schedule, and I have to like get the tan off.
So Pranita, tell me like how often do you travel? Like how is your travel? You love
Very
to
often.
travel?
I mean, that's been my life from the last 10 years. I've always lived out of a suitcase. So we moved into our new house and still everything is like, it's almost living out of a suitcase because there's some event or the other. Within India, it's mostly work. Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, Bombay, Kerala, and in and around, whatever. But I think, yeah, if it's outside, it has been holidays and stuff. Yeah.
So in India, when you're traveling for work, I mean, like, are you able to make time to explore the city as well? Like, are you able to
I
do
think
that?
only now I'm trying to do that because I really love, obviously, getting some content for my Instagram. And my team is like, please shoot something, post something. And that's why I kind of like shoot something. But otherwise, yeah, I think in the past I've been more of, I finish my shoot, get back into the hotel, and I just pass out. I just sleep and get some good rest.
Wow. So, I mean, like, what's one travel hack you swear by? Like, any travel hack?
I don't know if it's a hack, but then sometimes I unpack my suitcase so late that it's already time for the next trip. So I just like take it and go, except like the clothes that I've gone for wash. Yeah.
Wow. Any mishap that has happened while you're traveling?
Traveling a lot.
What was
I
the
once
worst?
I think we were shooting in Slovenia, and my passport, you know, when you shoot, the hotels that you stay at, you have to give your passport for, verification and all that. So I've given it to the production manager. He had shown it at the hotel and taken it back, but he had not given it to me. So we finished the shoot, and then had to go to Vienna airport to fly back to India. I've happily finished the shoot, and then I've rushed to the airport, and that's like country to country, like Slovenia to Vienna to Austria, right? And I've gone all the way there and I found out I don't have my passport.
Shit.
And he had to come from somewhere, and you know how drivers and chauffeur driven cars are very expensive there. So that was, I think, about like 1,000 euros for him to come from there to there and give my passport. And I was really young. I was like hardly 21 or 21 back then. So I found it very, very hectic, and then I don't know, I had like a very sweet chauffeur that time, and he was like, I'll help you, you sit, and then English was a problem because they don't speak English sometimes.
Correct.
So it was complicated, but yeah.
But you managed. What is the next place on your bucket list? Like, where you want to go next?
A lot of places. I really want to do Finland in winters. I have a lot of places in my mind, but I have kids at home, so I can't leave them and go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I feel like my husband just, I mean, it's his hack. Like he promised me all these beautiful trips when we were dating, and then we got married and now we have kids, and he's like, we have kids, we can't go anywhere, so all the budget is just there.
For the kids.
Yes.
So when you're planning any travel, who does all the planning? Like he does or you?
I do all the planning, and including minute things like, okay, like, from how long it takes from this airport to this place to everything. So, yeah.
When you travel, do you love to visit a lot of places, or is it like you just want to sit and relax?
I visit a lot of places. Like it depends. Like I said, if it's just within India, I usually just do my work and come back. I don't even like check the whatever like next building. Also, I have no idea what was there. But if it's abroad, I try. Like Japan, we did like last year. I was jam packed. The trip was like so much running. Like wake up and go hit the station. Everything is by train, no? So like catch that train, and after some time we're like using that code, and then whatever you have to tap it there, and then that card they give you, the JR pass, and then you just you show it at that thing, and it beeps and it opens. After some time, we're like students in Japan or something. We're just like in and out of that train station like a pro, and we just explored like everything in 7 days, whatever we could.
Wow,
yeah.
that's
It was
quite
like,
hectic.
Yeah, like my friends who also came the same year, they did 21-day trips. So we did 7 days, everything we could, like Kyoto, Tokyo, whatever we could.
That's super amazing. So we spoke about your travel, your love for food, and
Yeah.
all those bits.
Yeah.
Now tell me what the audience can look forward to. Like, where are you heading in the next, let's say, in a few years? Like, what do you look forward to? Anything that you look forward to?
Honestly, like the interviews I gave 5 years ago, I didn't even know that I'd be here, like, it's in Bangalore with kids and everything. So I really can't guess what life will be like 5 years down the line. But of course, I hope to have like a lot more work, lot more to travel, and of course, lots of love and peace at home. So yeah.
How sweet. Thank you so much. So we'll just do one last game.
Yes.
So this is a quick game. It's just this or that. You have to select which one you like.
Yeah.
Okay. Filter coffee or craft beer?
Filter coffee.
Traffic jams or unexpected rains? Difficult one?
Yeah, I hate both. Yeah.
Cubbon Park or Nandi Hills?
Cubbon Park, nearby.
MTR or CTR?
MTR.
Okay. Why MTR?
I think CTR doesn't give you sambar, they just give you chutney and I like sambar. So, yeah.
Okay. So Kormangla cafes or Indiranagar pubs?
Kormangla cafes because I drop my child at school and then I'm at cafes right now.
Okay. So Lal Bagh flower show or UB City shopping?
UB City shopping.
Street shopping or luxury malls?
I don't know, like if I have to be honest, I'd say the malls right now
malls.
because I find them convenient.
Yeah.
And then I'm not somebody who wears a lot of junk jewelry or anything. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do you like the Bangalore has a startup hustle, that hustle vibe is there. Do you like that vibe or do you like a more laid back vibe?
Hustle for sure because it just rubs off on you.
Do you love the traffic or hate the traffic?
Hate the traffic, obviously. Like I really don't know anybody who would be like, oh, it's like bumper to bumper. Wow, like I love it. Yeah, but I do nap in the car. Sometimes I really like that there's traffic because then the ET is showing 40 minutes and above, and I for sure nap off. So like I count it as like, okay, my afternoon nap is done here. Phone calls, Zoom calls, everything is done in the car.
Do you like the nightlife scenes or the early morning treks?
I think night time. Like I'm not, like 5 years down the line I'll say early morning treks. But not yet.
Donne biryani or Shivaji Nagar kebabs? Oh, you're a vegetarian.
No, neither. But I know Donne biryani, my family loves it. Like my husband loves the biryani. And,
Lovely. Okay. Traditional Kannada meals or anything, food at a fancy cafe?
I feel like at home, my mother-in-law is very religious. So she follows every other festival and there's always that whole Habba Uta it's called. So Habba is festival. So it's called Habba Uta where they make like one fried item, one rice item, one like sabzi, one this, one that. And then she like serve it on like a banana leaf. That's like the best. So
you like the traditional
I love
meal.
it.
Okay.
Like you will definitely, it'll just put you to sleep. You eat that meal and then take a nice nap and then you just wake up from food coma. It's just...
Do you like visiting more Church Street or the Food Street?
Food Street is near to my house, so yeah.
So everything is as per the
Convenience of travel, yeah.
I think in Bangalore that's a major lookout.
Yeah. When I was a kid, of course, Church Street.
Would you go for a weekend getaway at Coorg? Or would you want to go for a staycation in Bangalore itself?
I don't mind Coorg as well. It's all the same. Like now it's...
Or do you not want to travel and stay in Bangalore?
Yeah, I don't mind that also because right now that's my mode right now. But but I love traveling.
So which one will you choose? Like going out of Bangalore to Coorg or staying?
Going out, yeah.
Going out?
Yeah. Like I just love staycations. They're the best. You can just, you're like chilled out. You're like at peace. It's in fact like it's more easy than staying at home, I think, for me. So, yeah.
What's your go-to staycation? Like any spot that you have, like any city, any place?
Yeah, like there are a few places around Nandi Hills, like now newly. Yeah, I think those, the Golfshire, and that's the best. I think. You feel like you're still in the city because someone tells you there's work tomorrow, you can still come back, but then...
So anybody wants to travel like for a trip from Bangalore to a nearby place, where should they go to?
Coorg for sure is beautiful. This Chikmagalur is beautiful. And Kasaragod, that's also a little longer drive, but that's nice as well. There's Hampi has a very, very beautiful resort there now. So I think like
I think there we have it, a lot of suggestions. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's been wonderful shooting with
Same
you.
here.
How was your experience with Curly Tails?
obviously lovely. I've traveled to Macau with Curly Tails just before COVID hit. So yeah, I've always had like a nice relationship. So let's see how this video does.
So thank you so much for coming on the show. Bye.